Thank you for tuning in to Wicks and Candlesticks. I want to break down the buy that I got into this morning. And right here, you can see the results to that buy right there. The $610, that is the TP1, and then obviously the $2,200, that is the TP2, and here is the entry here, TP1, that was a 610, TP2, but this was my full TP right here. I didn't take anything at TP2. I just moved my stop loss up and price went to full TP right there. So, like always, you always want to mark your previous day value area high, value area low, and a POC. I also have on my chart a monthly POC. Um, I have a weekly value area high and a monthly value area high right here. So this lets me know that this is a strong target. These are strong zones to react off of. And I have these as zones. See, I have these rectangles here. I have those marked at 20 points because price does not always owe you a reaction directly off the middle of it. So I look for reactions off the tops of my zones and at the bottom. And those are normally, I draw these normally at 20 points or 25 points. So you can see here around about 8:30. Well, honestly, want to say around about 6 o'clock, we start, you know, we have price reaction around this zone here. And if you watch any of my other videos, how I explain, I mark everywhere where price has a balance or a compression. Okay, balance or compression. I like to mark those zones because price like to go back and revisit these zones. Okay, so we have, again, when you're trading auction market theory, price is going to go from balance to imbalance, from balance to imbalance. That's all price is going to do. That's all it does. And when you add volume profile, it actually help you a whole lot more. So this morning I seen how price had a reaction from this balance zone here. If I was to mark this here, this is on the 5 minute balance market there. You look here, balance market here. You look here, again, balance market here. So what I want to show you, price goes from balance, okay, to imbalance, okay. Anytime you have a reaction outside of your zone that you draw, it is an imbalance, right? And so price came back. You see, like right here, if I was to draw this, this is a balanced market right here. And price reacted off of here, balance, imbalance. Okay. And if you look right here, we had a little, it's a balance, but well, they gap down, so we're not going to count that. Sorry. Um, so balance, we had a small imbalance here into another balanced market. And so I'm looking, and I already know we're on a higher time frame. I'm sorry, I want to explain this and I want to stress to you how important it is to trade off the higher time frames, go to the lower time frames for your entry. If you look right here, I have my monthly POC and I have my previous day value area low. These are overlapped. Your monthly is always going to be stronger. So in today's case, I said I will pay attention to my previous day value area low, but I'm really going to pay attention to the monthly POC because it has the hierarchy. Okay. So from the monthly, I said, I'm going to trade off of this. And I'm seeing already around this monthly POC, we were in a balanced market and then we became unbalanced. Okay. Just a small unbalance. And then we became balanced again around our previous day POC. And so this is letting me know, okay, there's a strong possibility that we are going to go up to my monthly value area high because this was acceptance. Price began to reject it. And so I'm looking at that. And I said, okay, I know we're close to our previous day value area high. I know we're probably going to hit it. But again, I'm trading the monthly profile. So this gave me hope that, okay, to be in a bullish bias. I also want to point out something else. As I went down to the 1 minute time frame, come on. When I dropped down to the 1 minute time frame, I've noticed something. I noticed value migration and compression. Okay. Price right here gave me a small compression. Okay. And you may ask me, okay, well, what is a compression? A compression is when price is moving steadily, slowly, but in a direction. Okay. So I like to call this a compression. So we went from a compression to a balanced market right here into imbalance. Then this right here is a balance, a very small imbalance. Then we went to balance, a very small imbalance. Let me zoom in. You see how balance, imbalance, then it went balance here. Then we had balance market here. Then we went imbalance, and then we balance, the imbalance, balance, imbalance, then balance here, imbalance. So when you see the market on a, let's say, quote unquote, uptrend like this, what is truly called is value migration. But what makes it value migration is when you have price goes from an imbalance to a balance, balance to imbalance when they are very close, but it is gradually moving up. And so I was looking at that. I said, okay, well, we have value migration going on here. So which that was another good thing to me. So the value migration from my monthly POC, I said, okay, well, I'm definitely going to see what's going to happen at 9:30. And so I honestly thought that price would have came down to the POC, but we was at a balanced market already. So anywho, so once 9:30 hit, you see this balanced market right here. I seen again, if you watch any of my videos, I always explain how price POC is always a magnet. Okay, you see how price was at this balance zone here, and then it went imbalance a short period of time. Then it came all the way down from here because the reason why it came to here is because this was the launching pad of this move here. It's always going to retest the launching pad where it came from, back test it, and you will see the pattern. So once price came down here to this POC here, I said, oh yeah, we definitely get ready to go bullish on this move here. And so I actually could have got into this trade at the previous day POC because I had a closure above here, and then this was the retest right here to go higher. But I kind of sat on my hands a little bit because that's one thing when you start trading, you have to learn how to be patient. Like, gotta learn how to be patient because if you just hitting the buy and the sell button all the time, it's just stressful and you will like lose a lot. So you want to make sure the chart is talking to you because I knew that we were already in migration. I said, okay, well, I'll wait for the next migration. So I said, okay, I'll wait on the next migration and and what it was. We came here. We went into a balance area. A lot of people call this chop. So this was what I was waiting on. And I was waiting on it. And once price broke above here, I said, okay, that's a good sign. I wanted to come back for the retest. The reason why I didn't go for the POC here, because it was very close, obviously. It's very close. I said, well, I'm going to see if it come down here to the value area low. So if price come down here to the value area low, I'm going to get into the trade. So that is when price did exactly what I wanted it to do, what I expected to do, because it had made a rotation. So it came up here. Okay, this was the value area high here, and then it came down. This is called a rotation. It came up and it came down, and then it went up again. It closed above it. This was a key. It closed above here for me, and then price came back down to retest. It came back to where this small price action has happened for the retest. And this is when I got in the trade. So I got in a trade. And so what I always like to do, if my stop loss is 30 points, my TP1 is always going to be 30 points. I do not move my stop loss to my entry until I go I hit a TP2. If I hit a TP2, that is when I'll move my stop loss here, because at this point if price go here and then it come all the way down, it will stop me out. So this still give you like a total, let's say a total of almost what, let's just say 59 points where price can come down, because I have done this before and price would come literally all the way down here and just tap right there, and it would just go in my favor. So you will have my logic behind it. Give your trade room, give it breathing room. That's a whole 59 points. You'd be stopped out at 60. So once price hit TP2, that's when I went head on and came here. Now I did move my stop loss to here, because here is where we really should have gotten a reaction. We should have got a reaction here. Um, for sales. I was expecting, price to sell down here because we was at the weekly value area high, which this points me out to something. I told you guys that I was going off of the monthly volume profile. So if you look here, price went from this monthly profile to where? The monthly POC to the monthly value area high. So in all honesty, my TP my full TP could have been here. It could have been here. Or it could have been here. But I also seen that there was a weekly value area high right here. So that's why I decided to have my full TP right here at the weekly value area high, because how the market breaks down, you go off of the monthly, you start with the monthly, the weekly, the daily, your 4 hour, the 30 minute for me. I skip over the 15, the 5, the 2, then the 1. Okay. So that's how I do it. And this is how I have learned to be consistent. These are the rules of the game. And so now I am playing the game by its rules. And so that's what has helped me to become consistent. I really hope that I said something to help you out. If If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them. Peace out.